Hey guys, what's going on? Yet again, I'm sorry about um, uploading a later video. I've been meaning to upload videos every Sunday, but end up being busy and losing track of time and stuff. But anyway, we're going to go back on the topic of where I picked up off last time, which I was talking about the AIT training, block leave, communication with boot camp and AIT and everything. And I'm going to be talking about becoming a military spouse. Well, of course, my husband come to see me on his block leave in July. We got married, and well, he's stationed here, and so I came back with him, and I was nervous because I always lived in Tennessee and never really got to go somewhere else besides there, really, and I was nervous. So when I first came here and saw the base, and you could see the big fences, the gates where you go through and everything. I was a little like about it at first. I was like, this is different for sure. And I gotta say, I've lived here for over a year now, and living on base, I have to say, is probably one of the safest places you can live. Is on a military base. For me, what I experienced, I think it's pretty safe here. Now, if you're just now becoming a military spouse, and I gotta say the first couple things you gotta do when you get to the base is go to Deers, in which they would make your DoD card. Now, there's two different types of military IDs. There's the CAT card, which is, of course, for the people that are in the service or retired from the service. It's a card that has a chip on the bottom of it or a barcode on the back, which means, when you go through the gate, there's these scanners, and you put your card under the scanner, it beeps, and thing lifts up and it lets you through the gate. Now, if you're trying to go through the military base with a regular ID, you got to go through more process. They check your regular driver's license, they check your insurance, your registration, and everything, and it's just a long process. But being a military spouse, our ID is called a DoD card, which it looks different than the CAT card, because the CAT card, it's white. It's got their picture in the corner over there, and then it's got their information on the front. It's got that little chip on the bottom, and it's got the barcode on the back. Now, the Deers one, it's a card as well, but it don't have the chip. It just has the barcode on the back, and on the front of it, it's of course got your picture, and it's also got your sponsor's information, which your sponsor is your husband or your wife that's in the service. So, with that being said, when you get your DoD card, if you're living on base or you're coming to visit on base with your DoD card, if you do, when you get on base, sorry, I lost my track of thought. When you get on base, you have to show your ID at the stores on base. Because if you don't have a DoD card, when you go to the exchange store, when you go to the commissary, which is the grocery store on base, if you go there and you don't show them your ID, they have to refuse for you to pay for your stuff, because when you're on base, everything is tax free. They don't tax, when you buy something, it says plus tax. You don't have to do that here on base. So that's the main reason why they ask for your ID. Now, if you go through the military, the health insurance is called tricare. And of course, with health insurance, there's different plans with tricare. But when you go to the hospital, or if you go to other places on base like the eye doctor or the dentist, you have to show them your DoD card as well, or your CAT card, either way. And they look at that. It's got all the information they need on it. And never forget your DoD card. It's the main thing. Because me and my husband, we were shopping at the commissary. We both stupidly forgot our IDs at the house. So I was waiting at the register while he had to drive all the way back home to get one of the IDs and come all the way back. So I was standing there looking awkward for quite some time, and I learned the lesson the hard way, not to forget your DoD card or your CAT card when you're purchasing something on base. But that being said, when you're living on base, there's of course MPs, military police. They drive around. They have patrols. Of course, they drive around the neighborhoods. When you live on base, you'll hear helicopters fly around. They also have air base on here where they fly helicopters and stuff. But when you're living on base, the neighborhoods are nice. Everyone keeps to themselves. Everyone minds their own business. But you can definitely tell by the houses. They're different rank houses. Like the people with the higher ranks on base, they have the really nice houses, like the bigger houses, that's got the bigger yards, and they got a garage, really nice stuff. Also on base, when you live on base, there's a maintenance crew that's also on base that takes care of any of your housing problems, like if you have problems with a leak or plumbing problems or whatever. When you first register to get a house on base, they should give you that information right away. Give you the phone number to the maintenance people office and how to get a hold of them and everything. And sorry, I was trying to think. Also, when you live on base, it's kind of like a community mailbox. It's like big metal mailbox. When you also go to the housing area office, they should hand you your mailbox key with your house keys, and they would tell you, which box is yours. But if you bring in, if you order packages, they do have bigger boxes for the mailbox. So if you have a key inside your mailbox, it should tell you what key to open for the bigger packages. But sometimes they leave packages on your door, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes, for some reason, you'll get other people's mail. I get mine mixed up with other people's, and I have to go over to the neighbor's house and be like, hey, I think this is your mail. But it's whatever, I guess. Also, another thing, when you're on base, there's different programs on base. There's USO, they got gyms here, they have parks here. There's a bunch of different programs for not just the soldiers, but also the families as well, which is a good thing. And when you're a military spouse and you're trying to look for a job, there's also a lot of job opportunities on base. I'm currently working on base at one of those places, and I gotta say, definitely going to be finding another job off base, because, well, I'm not getting enough money. But other than that, if you need a job, you need a job. And also, if you don't have a car, there's also a shuttle program on base. They'll have the shuttle signs. They're yellow. and it shows you what shuttle goes to what route. There's a North Shuttle, a South Shuttle, a Warfighter Shuttle, and I think that's pretty much it. I think there's like 3 or 4 different ones on base. And it tells you where they go, the building number and everything. It's also a good thing to remember building numbers while you're on base as well, because that's what the shuttles usually go by. And that's the video for today. Hopefully next time we can get in more detail about what it's like to be in a relationship with someone in the military. I know I covered what it's like to live on base, the health insurance, the ID cards, everything else. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful for you, because me experiencing this firsthand and me not knowing this, it would have been useful to have someone tell me what I needed to know for sure. Next time we'll be talking about when my husband had field training. Also MOS, deployment, the big D. And I'm going through that process right now. My husband's been gone 5 months now, and 3 more to go, hopefully, but you never know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good day. See you next time.